Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have changed their Archewell website to feature the names of the 9/11 victims. The Duke and Duchess blacked out the homepage of their website to pay tribute to the anniversary of the dreadful terror event. To this black screen they added the words "In Memoriam, September 11th, 2001. The words are then followed by rows of the names of those who lost their lives on 9/11. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex's tribute comes as world leaders pay their respects to those who died during the terror attacks. Today, on the anniversary of the dreadful event, the Queen said the thoughts and prayers of the royal family are with the victims. The monarch linked US President Joe Biden into an Instagram tribute to those who lost their lives in the 9/11 attacks. The Queen wrote, "As we mark the 20th anniversary of the terrible attacks on September 11th, 2001, my thoughts and prayers, and those of my family and entire nation, remain with the victims, survivors, and families affected, as well as the first responders and rescue workers called to duty. My visit to the site of the World Trade Center in 2010 is held fast in my memory. It reminds me that as we honor those from many nations, faiths and backgrounds who lost their lives, we also pay tribute to the resilience and determinations of the communities who joined together to rebuild." Both Boris Johnson and Sir Keir Starmer praised the international resolve which has galvanized to fight terrorism since the attack. The Prime Minister said the threat of terrorism remained, but that citizens had refused to live in permanent fear. He added, 20 years ago, September 11th, 2001 became, in President Roosevelt's words after Pearl Harbor, a date which will live in infamy. On a crystal-clear morning, terrorists attacked the United States with the simple goal of killing or maiming as many human beings as possible. By inflicting such bloodshed in the world's greatest democracy, they try to destroy the faith of free peoples everywhere in the open societies which terrorists despise, and which we cherish. And it is precisely because of the openness and tolerance of the United States that people of almost every nationality and religion were among the 2,977 murdered on that day. This includes 67 Britons, each of them a symbol of the eternal friendship between the United Kingdom and the United States. But while the terrorists imposed their burden of grief and suffering, and while the threat persists today, we can now say with the perspective of 20 years, that they failed to shake our belief in freedom and democracy. They failed to drive our nations apart, or cause us to abandon our values, or to live in permanent fear." Mr. Johnson added, "The fact that we are coming together today, in sorrow but also in faith and resolve, demonstrates the failure of terrorism and the strength of the bonds between us. There are opinions that, oopsie show of hands, how many of us called this yesterday? We all knew they jump on the bandwagon again. Surprised Meghan didn't go into detail how she survived it all those thousands of miles away, just like she lied about surviving the Compton riots, when she was nowhere near any of it." What do you think? Comment below the video now.